On Friday, September 3rd, 2021, in a work-related phone call with a Supreme Master Television team member, our most beloved Supreme Master Ching Hai provided some clarity and details to explain the unjust treatment of former U.S. President His Excellency Donald Trump, as well as the inconsistent conduct by a U.S. Senate leader and its serious impact on the United States and humanity at large.
Master, President Trump seems to do all the good things for America.
Why? Yeah, it seems so. Yeah.
But why are people still against him?
Oh, they just continue from before. Yeah. Some left over, maybe less now, because he's already out of the powerhouse, so they probably leave him alone a little bit. But no, there are still many hair-splitting things going on for him.
Oh. What is the reason? Why is that, Master?
What's the reason? Why did they kill Jesus? Why did they try to assassinate the Buddha? Why did they assassinate or torture or persecute many of the masters or many good people since time immemorial? Why? Yes. People, they just do that because they are under influence of the demons. I told you, the zealous demons. They want to cause trouble, so people will quarrel with each other, and then it may result in killing each other, and then they can eat the corpse. Not physically, but the energy from that corpse, mixed with that corpse. They can eat it in the astral form.
Oh.
That's how they can survive.
Oh.
The zealous demons.
I see.
Yeah, their karma forces them to do that. People are just against Trump because he really did something good for the Americans and the world.
Yes.
But it's beyond their concept. They did not understand. Also, jealousy, envy, yes, that people like him, that he's so energetic and does things successfully. So people don't like it.
Oh.
Yeah, for them, they've never been so successful before.
Yes.
Always go on to war, spend trillions of dollars. Well, many Americans are still under the poverty line or homeless.
Right.
And they never stop to think. Trump did stop and think.
Yes, Master.
He's a worthy president. He should be in the White House forever.
Yes.
Because he's good for the Americans and good for the world. You can see he makes peace so easily with many countries.
Yes.
He has a high intelligence, that's why.
Yeah.
Very high intelligence, very high IQ. And people cannot catch up with him because not everyone has a high IQ like he does.
Oh, yes.
Yes. He does things that they don't understand or they don't want to understand.
Right.
He doesn't want bloodshed.
Yes.
Another president killed just for optics. So people don't think that he's weak. Just continues bombing other people. These people's life. It's not theater. It's not a movie.
Right. Yes, Master.
I don't understand that kind of concept, that you have to kill people so that others think you're tough and macho. My God. So this President Trump, he did not want all that. He's an honest, straightforward person. He does things honestly and intelligently, and they don't like that. It's nothing like them at all. You see, all these presidents before and after keep going to war all the time, you know?
Yes.
And he doesn't. He doesn't want that. He doesn't want to start a new war, and he wants to stop all the wars as well.
If you look at my views haven't changed. I felt this way about these crazy, endless wars where we're losing so many wonderful, young, beautiful people, and we're not fighting. We're just sort of there. But we got to bring our people back home. It's time. 21 years in Afghanistan. 21 years.
He's good for the world as well. You see, not just good for Americans.
Yeah.
He saved hundreds of billions every year if they don't go to war.
Yes.
And save people's lives. Americans and other countries' people's lives.
Yes.
So they cannot bear that. And people who produce weapons, they won't like it.
Oh, yeah.
And even though they keep changing presidents by voting, but the system is established.
I see.
They are doing similar things,
Mm.
like the predecessor. the
Right.
president before them, and they just like to go to war and all that stuff. And even if they cannot, they do something else. There's a pattern, or they do whatever fashionable or trendy,
Understand.
just to stay in. Yeah,
Right.
just to be voted again, or their party will be voted for again. It's all politically motivated, or for fame and gain, mostly.
Right.
And whoever is not in that fashion, in that established guideline or framework, and especially new coming, then sooner or later they eliminate him.
Oh.
You see, Jimmy Carter was one of the good men,
Yes.
very humble and good, but he had only one term.
Yes.
And same with President Trump, even though he's an excellent man
Yeah. Right.
for being a politician. He's good.
He is. Yes.
There's no reason for people to do anything except stick in their square, doing things like in a square, 2 square. That's where they kill so many good people, good politicians, and many masters also. They kill them just for no reason. Nothing can explain why they have to kill Jesus.
Right.
He didn't do anything wrong.
No, he didn't.
He didn't steal, he didn't kill, he didn't commit any wrong thing. If there's no reason at all, they could find a reason, okay? They could fabricate a reason.
No.
Like Trump is working with, Russia and all that stuff. They found nothing, yeah? Any little thing, they make it a big deal so that they can harm him in different way
Yes.
and degrade him. Oh, when I look at that with my eyes, even just physical eyes, I feel so, I would say, not see a bit. So many masters suffer on earth, That's why they suffer a lot. And any good people, they encounter trouble. Even like Tesla,
Yes.
Yes, he was just an inventor. He tried to make physical life more comfortable for people only.
Right.
It's not even political.
Yes.
It's not even religious. Just because he wanted to offer people a better way
Right.
to live comfortably with electricity free and all that. There's no need to even pay. But because of that, it conflicted with the interest of business people at that time, you see?
Yes, Master.
Yeah, they would hunt him down, so he had to keep moving. So many of his inventions have never come to fruition, yeah? This world is dangerous for any good people. You can tell that from the whole world. You read all the news, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yes, right.
Every day I'm grateful that I'm still alive to continue my work, because the truth is not easy for the people here to accept. They have been, influenced by the negative force too long already.
Yes.
And now in our generation, the negative power left over is still there. You see what I'm saying? In the humans' DNA, in the humans' thinking.
Yes.
It's still left in the air that you breathe. That's why it's very difficult for people still to wake up. Yeah, anything else, my love?
Yes, there's a second question. Master, the Senate Minority Leader, Mr. McConnell, originally criticized Biden's withdrawal from Afghanistan, but now he says that there is not going to be an impeachment of Biden, even though there were some politicians who called for it. Master, what is the reason for Mr. McConnell's final decision? It seems that he has changed his mind on Biden.
Oh, he did that all the time. He plays this kind of ping pong,
Oh.
Like in the 2020 election,
Yes.
he was a Trump kind of faithful, yeah? He was kind of President Trump's friend. But then he kept waiting. And then everybody was against Trump
Yes.
at last. Then he announced that Biden won, just like that, at the end. And then he also hit at Trump when the January 6th riot happened.
Yes.
He said he go against Trump. But then later he did not agree with the impeachment of Trump because of the 6th of January. He played ping pong like that.
I see.
He's just trying so hard to protect his position. He doesn't want to offend anybody. But he plays this kind of strategy, Like first you befriend somebody, okay?
Yes.
And then whenever there's an opportunity, you hit him.
Oh.
And then after that, you defend for him or befriend him again in some situation when he needs it. Yeah? And he seems to need it. Depends on where the wind blows.
I see.
Meaning the energy at that time.
Right.
You know? He just plays like that.
Hmm.
And that's why he's still the leader of the minority. Even though minority, he still continues to be leader. I think he's too old already. He should also retire, go home. Yeah?
Yes.
Maybe it's not him. Maybe somebody advising him at home or something.
Oh.
Yeah, it sounds very much like Chinese strategy. You know, in politics and in war. Yeah, you strike when people don't expect it. And like playing good guy, bad guy at the same time. Yeah. Before, when everybody also wanted to impeach, then he also went with it.
Mm.
And then later, it seems like he needs to defend for that person, for Biden, for example, so that he can win the hearts of others, and
yes.
Biden as well. So he would never lose anybody.
Yeah.
He played the same with Cheney and whoever that was in the house before. Similar. It's a boring game. You should change the tactic a little bit, you know. I can see him like an open book. People don't have self-respect.
Right.
Just do it for gain and fame. That's the way I see it. But he should not play the same this time. He should not, because this time is Americans' life lost and could be losing more if Biden continues.
Yes, Master.
So this is Americans' life at stake and international peace at stake. It's not for him to play anymore.
Right.
It's real life. It's real suffering. So he better change his tactic. Otherwise, sooner or later, he will lose all the respect from others, Congress member or senator, whatever. This time is serious.
Right.
Many Americans' lives and Africans' lives and international people's lives were already lost. And people are still stuck in a restricted country. Their lives are still in danger. And he just sits there comfortable, getting good pay, getting good respect, and just say anything stupid that he likes. That is beyond stupidity. Playing with people's lives like that. God forbid.
Yes.
It's not right at all.
No.
Either he's mindless, stupid, or evil. Anyway, it's no good for the Americans that he sits there and talk.
Yeah.
Yeah? And don't care about people's lives lost. Everyone has to take consequence for his actions.
Yes.
Biden's action has killed many lives already. And he still continues to support him. That's not correct.
No, it's not.
Just because it's for him, too easy to play. But that is not correct.
No.
Because now it's the people's life.
We're feeding about 5 million people right now. All throughout Afghanistan, the needs there are extraordinary. If the international community allows the Afghan economy to collapse, then you got 40 million people with an economic collapse. And it will be chaos. It will be famine. It will be exploitation like we've seen in the past in Afghanistan in the 1990s, what we saw in Syria, what we've seen in Yemen. When people don't have food, they have economic collapse. Terrorist organizations exploit and recruit, and you could have the ultimate catastrophe.
Shameless, heartless. I'm sure maybe somebody advised him badly or something. If it's him, then he's really wicked. Okay?
Yes, Master.
Has no moral, no loyalty to his own citizens, to his own country. You know, let me try to explain a little bit more clearly. It's very difficult because this is kind of a strategy, you know?
Yeah.
It's subtle. That's why people don't see it. It's like this, like he tries to befriend somebody, okay?
Yes.
And then so that person thinks, oh, this is my friend. He's for me. So you don't have any like precaution toward that person.
Yes.
Yeah, you trust. And maybe you could even tell some confidential things. You think he's your confidant. Or at least it's to you, he's harmless, okay?
Yes.
And then when the opportunity knocks, he hits you.
Oh,
And then when that person is even in the position of leader, then other people follow suit because they trust him.
yes, Master.
Also respect for the leader, so they follow suit. Then the person who's being hit is now kind of almost like isolated.
Yes.
And then this person comes back to him, like for a rescue.
Oh, I see.
So whoever that is in his hands. Yeah, feel like powerless,
Right.
feel like dependent on him, confused, and don't know how to fight back. Yeah,
Yes.
that's what it is. He keeps playing that all the time.
Confusing.
Yeah, and making people feel like they don't know how to deal with him.
Understand.
Yeah, and it sounds even like he's a very fair person.
Yeah,
It's not like that.
I see.
It's not fair when you hit somebody when it wasn't necessary and unfairly.
Right.
And then it's not right when you defend for somebody when he's wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. Like for this case, like Mr. Biden,
Right.
he harmed the Americans by letting the immigrants, in French they say, n'importe qui, means it doesn't matter who. Just let them in, catch and let go, catch and let go. Catch means register and just go. Go anywhere. You see?
Yes, Master.
This is very much the same push that we had in 2019. And in about 3 months, the administration at the time was able to put policies in place that stemmed that flow, that kept people from trying to enter the country at these dramatic numbers. Well, with the new administration coming in and the release of those policies, the reversal of those policies, people have seen that as an open door.
There's really no monitoring. We're seeing a new era where our country is facilitating illegal immigration into this country.
They arrested 7,000 illegal aliens just in one day yesterday. There are 800 children were arrested yesterday. There's 14,000 in custody of the Border Patrol right now.
Just to give you an idea of how bad it's getting down here, the city of McAllen has declared a local disaster, and they are not happy with the federal government. The city says the federal government has just been dumping illegal immigrants in downtown McAllen, and they can't handle it anymore. There's a risk of hundreds of migrants being left out on the streets of McAllen, so they had to build this compound to help house some of these people.
Texas Border Patrol agents releasing more than 1,500 migrants who tested positive for COVID into McAllen in just the past week alone.
The local police say the federal government is still releasing COVID-positive migrants into the United States. This stems from the Biden administration's refusal to enforce immigration laws and allow illegal immigrants with COVID-19 to enter our country.
It seems that people are becoming numb to what's going on down here on the border. Not everyone we encounter, we test, only those exhibiting some type of symptoms, and not everybody has symptoms that has it. And we're releasing people out the door day in, day out with actual positive tests for COVID, and more just keep popping up.
And then make the pandemic worse because they brought it from every different country.
Correct, yeah.
Those countries who are not very strict with the COVID, regulations or vaccines.
Yes.
Didn't even test. Just catch and let go. Registered and then go. Even take them anywhere they want. And make the Americans more susceptible, more vulnerable for pandemic. More people die now. Even children die.
Yes, Master.
And in Afghanistan, he said, let all the troops go And then whether people over there are rescued or not doesn't matter.
Yes.
Until international pressure and internal pressure, then he rushed more airplanes to take them out. Still too late.
Yes.
Don't know how many are still trapped in there.
Yes, Master.
The evacuation's not over, Mr. President. There's still Americans stuck, SIV holders, green card holders, that right now, as we speak, veterans groups are still trying to help get out. They're trapped at airports, in the vicinity of airports around Afghanistan. You know why? Because the State Department won't give the proper clearances for these private chartered flights to get out. And in the few instances where they have, then the Taliban won't let them go. You know what that's called? That's called a hostage.
Right.
And we are heading into a mass hostage situation where the Taliban has all the leverage to get international legitimacy, access to billions in foreign currency, and economic assistance. And we handed them that legitimacy on a silver platter in the form of hundreds of Americans that Joe Biden left behind.
Maybe the Taliban won't do anything to them because of, fear of diplomatic problems.
Praise him.
But still, the pressure for them over there, when everybody else is gone and they just left behind like that.
Yes. Unfair.
Yeah, they feel very, very scared, very fearful. The psychological pressure on them is enormous.
A pregnant U.S. citizen trying to escape with her husband and her father. She claims the Taliban is blocking her and even kicked her in the stomach.
She's going to stay sheltered in place, hiding her identity, and hoping that her friends will continue to bring her food and keep her secret until frankly, we can come up with something new. We know her exact location, but literally are afraid to even have a conversation about a rendezvous until we know where and when somebody could meet her. Anyone who wants to remain, unknown has to switch phones, turn them off, use all the techniques that you would use if you were in survival, escape, and evasion. We also have an elderly couple, the same thing, repeatedly went to the gate, waited at the gate with their blue passports and did not get in. So anyone that says that they didn't break a promise to the American people and leave people behind is wrong. Anyone who says that there aren't people stranded is wrong. These people were stranded. They did everything they were supposed to do, and they simply were not a priority at the end.
And people die at the Kabul airport and die also more elsewhere because of the drone strike. So this is a very clear evidence that Mr. Biden will harm the Americans and other countries' citizens, also the international peace.
Yeah.
And how many more disasters can Mr. Biden afford? Can the Americans afford to let him? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And this guy, McConnell, trying to play this game of good guy again. He can't afford this.
No.
He's supporting somebody who harms his co-citizen.
Yes.
That's no good. He should retire. Or people should fight him also.
Yes, Master.
He's not fit to be in a position in the government anywhere.
No, he's
not just to be in a leader, but being anywhere in the government, especially at the top, in the center of the government,
right.
In the capital, as the Senate or as the House of Representatives. This kind of person is very harmful for the country. He gets paid to help, to protect, to promote the wellness of his country. And he did the opposite.
Yes.
Yeah. The border problem, he also did not do much. And now many Americans die, obviously, in front of him. He still does nothing. He does nothing. He still supports this kind of action to harm more Americans.
Right, yeah.
That's why this guy is no good.
I agree.
To impeach Biden or not impeach Biden, it doesn't lie in his hands alone.
Yes.
If the Senate and the House of Representatives realize the seriousness of Mr. Biden's handling of everything. If they realize it, they couldn't care less whether or not McConnell say what.
Yes, Master.
But it's not for him to stand up and say, no, Biden cannot be impeached. It won't happen.
Mm.
Can he foresee the future, perhaps? Like a clairvoyant or something?
Mm.
Or is he so sure of his power grip on everybody that he can announce like that?
No.
He's too arrogant.
True.
The government leader, the leaders of any type in the nation cannot be arrogant.
Yes, Master.
Because you will fall. You will harm people. If you're too arrogant, because you're too far from reality, he should be removed. Together with Biden.
Yes, Master.
Should remove him immediately before he makes more trouble and causes more pain and suffering to the American people who pay him through tax.
Yes, Master, yes.
He should be more loyal and protective toward them, his employers, the ones who pay him.
Yeah, absolutely.
The Americans are the ones who pay him. They are his employers. He should be more protective toward them, not to any individual, just so that he can control all the powers.
Yes.
Control people mentally and psychologically.
Yes, Master.
I don't know how to express this more eloquently. I'm just telling you as it comes out, okay?
Yes, Master, I understand.
I said just straight from my heart and the way I see it.
It is very clear and straightforward, yes, Master.
Clear, yeah?
Yes.
Good.
Most benevolent Master, we are deeply thankful for your wholehearted commitment to opening people's eyes to the truth, and foremost to awakening our leaders. We pray that the future of the United States and the world will be nothing short of brilliant and more peaceful than ever. May we soon witness a cardinal change where those truly caring and wise take government positions, thus uplifting the state of their countries and our planet. Wishing cherished Master to be in the best of health, ensured by all splendid cosmic beings. To learn what else Supreme Master Ching Hai has to share concerning why most humans don't recognize good leaders, please tune in to Between Master and Disciples on Monday, September 20th.